Hello everybody, it's Nick Dutch back again, wishing you a jolly Christmas. Interesting to think that these days we're about to do something that's probably as ancient as we are as a people, you know, us humans. There's evidence around Stonehenge which suggests that people used to come from all over what is now the United Kingdom to the same place, namely Stonehenge itself, where people would enjoy worship, sacrifice and feasting. Very similar to what we do in our own families, in our own homes. We gather together in our little communities. We eat together. So sometimes you have to ask yourself, what about us has really changed? I mean, whether you're celebrating Yuletide, or whether you're celebrating Christmas, or whether you're celebrating Hanukkah, there's something about us, so it seems, which means that we have this desire to gather together and to eat together. It's rather curious. You see, I'm gazing up at my snowman. It should really be filled in white in the middle to make it look right. But I've put a bit of extra tinsel around the outside because it was starting to look a little sad, so I thought I'd cheer him up just a little. You can see his boots underneath there, and he's got his carrot nose. Great fun. But why am I putting out this video? What is it that I'm trying to achieve here? Well, firstly to point out that we're all the same. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, you're still human and you still have a desire to meet up with your friends or your family and eat together and have fun. And of course there's a sacrifice of giving. Investing your time and your energy into selecting the right presents and wrapping it up. And then of course giving it away. Just giving it. Don't you think that's rather miraculous to a certain extent? Just the act of giving. You know, everybody in your culture just gathering together to eat and to give. I think that's really rather special. Now, in my work, which by now you should know is I am a professional tarot reader, I have to understand the human condition quite a lot. About this time of year, there's usually, as well as all the pleasure and the frivolity and the fun and the joy, a few problems that occur once in a while. You see, there's one thing which I've really got against the educational system. Why aren't people taught about people? Why aren't people taught about life? Why aren't people shown how a human being is put together and how a person can generate the balance that they require? Some people say that the future is in the cards. Maybe that is the case. Or maybe it's a question of all of my accumulated wisdom, coupled with all of my knowledge about all of the symbols and all of the characters and the history of the tarot, is kind of like connected somehow. And when I lay out a spread, taking into account the questions I'm asked, I can see things in what's going on that the average individual cannot. What's going on in your life? What's going on in your background? What else could be connected to it? What's causing it? What kind of ebb and flow is happening in your existence? 8 years it's been now, more than 8 years, working on the website Keen.com and Kasumba, which for a short time was called LivePerson. You see, there's something you don't know right now, right this very minute. Could it be about the most complex thing in the universe? Other people, their problems, their thoughts, their issues. Your partner, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your children. There's always social pressures when people gather together. And sometimes this can manifest itself in a very positive way, and sometimes it can create more and more tensions. And then of course there's all the desire to make everything go according to plan. And also the worry as to whether you'll actually be able to relax and go through the necessary time of self-healing that you actually want to have during this cold, dark time of the year. For some people, this would have been a time of fear. Not now, of course. When we live indoors, rather than just in a roundhouse, or just in a tent, or if we're just wandering nomads, or even living in a village environment when we have to build our own fire every single morning just to keep the temperature up in the place. Things aren't as bad for us now. But please, when you're thinking about the emotional strain that you're going through, when you're providing for your family, you're providing for your friends, you're making that special time happen, don't let the pain and the problems and the difficulties get in the way. Because the more we recognize that we have a certain quantity of gratitude, the more we realize that things are better these days than they used to be for us. And the human beings that were living in those roundhouses and in those tents and living as nomads were no different to us in terms of physical structure, maybe in terms of mindset and culturation, yeah. But not in terms of the body. We've got a lot to be grateful for. And it's only by an accident of birth that you've got what little you have. The ability to have a roof over your head, maybe. The ability to have people you can talk to, and in a relatively easy way. If you do need to talk, and the people around you aren't necessarily providing you with what you require, talk to me. Because that's what I'm here for during this cold, dark time of the year. Okay? There's some things that a counsellor can't help you with. There are some problems which you can't discuss with your doctor. And for those things, you come to me. By all means, carry on keeping in touch with your doctor or your naturopath. Carry on keeping in touch with your psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever you've got. Okay? Keep doing those things. But to put flesh on the bones, to provide you with real clarity, understanding, and peace, come to me. I'll leave a link in the information box so that you'll know where I am. Okay? I look forward to speaking to you very soon. And don't forget, above all else, have a very, very jolly Christmas. God bless everybody.